Hello, in this video we're going to talk about input tax, how to record the quarterly report. Either you're going to make a payment or you're going to get a refund. How do you record that and deal with the taxes each quarter? Okay, so what I've done is created a couple of very simple scenarios to show you how this works. So first of all, I made a quarterly report from January to March 31st. You can see I used the filters to create that. And so I ended up two entries. One's the total income, one's going to represent the total expenses. And you can see on the taxes here that because I actually had more expenses than I did income, that my tax on my input costs is the greater figure. So I'm going to get a refund here for this quarter. If I go to the report screen under tax, you can see that I'm going to get a refund of $380.95. So how do I record that refund that I get back from this first quarter? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take make an entry, and it's going to be an income entry. And I've created a sub account in the setup screen called HST refunds. Now you can set this up any way you want under income, but I would just call it HST refunds. So for example, when you go to setup and you go to income, I use the plus sign here to add a subcategory, or you can create a new category under income called HST refunds. Anyway, you do what you like with that. I'm going to do the entry here. Let's go back to our quarterly report, and I'm going to call it income, HST refunds. What account are you going to put that money into when you get it? And let's just call it HST refund, or whatever you want it, whatever the name of your tax is in your jurisdiction. And the amount is $380.95. And the whole amount is tax. So I'm going to go to adjust tax, and we're going to go with the same amount here, $380.95. And you see how the total and the net are the same figure, and you have a net of 0. That's what you want. So once I've got that set up, I hit submit to record the refund. And if I go and refresh the screen, you can see that now the net is 0. And my statement, all the balances at the bottom, my net figures for business is there, and my tax column is zeroed out. And you can see the same thing on my business only statement is you want 0 on that tax column for the quarter. And then you've done it right. So that's basically how that would work. Now, if you had a situation, let me just delete this for a minute and mention one other thing. For some of you who are, for example, real estate agents, your broker might not even give you that GST or VAT or whatever your tax is. They might just hold on to it and submit it to the government quarterly on your behalf. If that's the case, then when you do your commission entry, your revenue entry, don't include the GST at all. Just put the net amount in here, and then you're always going to get a refund every quarter, basically. And you would follow the same process, just how I described it to you in terms of recording that refunded amount. Okay, let's go to another scenario, and we're going to go to the next quarter to do that. And we're going to look at when you actually have to make a payment. So there's your second quarter. And now we've got a situation where your revenue exceeds your expenses, which is nice to see, but you did collect more tax than you could claim back as a refund. So you're going to have to pay something here. And how do you record that? In that case, we're going to go and we're going to make an entry. I'm just going to go to the reports and tax, and we're going to make an entry for the amount that we owe, which is $761.90. You can see the net figure here. That's how much you owe from April 1st to June 30th is our report, and it calculates that for you. So, okay, so we're going to make a payment. So we're going to make an entry. It's going to be an expense this time. And we've got a subcategory that I've created here called HST payments, or you can create your own expense category, call it HST payments, or if it's GST or VAT, you can call it what you like. And where did you take the money out of, which account? And then we're going to call this input tax payment for the second quarter, whatever you want to say there. And what's the amount? It's going to be $761 and 90 cents. Now the whole amount is tax, so we're going to go here again and adjust this figure to be the same. $761 and 90 cents. Okay, and you see on the right side, the total and the tax total are the same, so the net amount is 0. The entire entry is tax. And we're also I'm going to make this entry show up in the same quarter as my report. So let's say June 30th, so that it balances out. So I'm going to submit that. And I'm going to now just refresh that. And you see how this is now netted out at 0. So that's what we want. And, the business statement, the tax column is 0. And the net income figure will be correct. So overall, that's how you can record that particular tax payment when you're making a payment or remitting a payment. So hope you find that helpful, and thanks for tuning in.